Back out in Chatham this week for the Down Low with DP podcast with none other than Blake Lehnen. Blake, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
How was homecoming? How was the whole, week 6? I can't believe it was already week 6, but I mean, homecoming special. What was it like for you guys?
I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was kind of crazy thing. It was last homecoming, so it was a lot of fun. Thankfully, we got to get our second string, third string all out there. Got to play under the lights. So I mean, that's kind of our goal every week as starters. We got to win and then try to get our guys in there.
Outside of the Grady situation, it had to be an ideal, first half for you in terms of how you guys drew it up and the production you had. So, I mean, you probably got to sit for most of the second half. And that was
I didn't play at all the second half. It was kind of funny during halftime, my dad and all the coaches took the first string out and outside to talk to us, and he told us he told Colton, he's like, can you stop throwing the ball? Gotta spread the love out here. So that was pretty funny.
I know. I saw it when I looked at the stats updating. I was like, okay, Colton has 170 yards and 160 of them are to Blake. So yeah. that was just like, hey, I'm glad I picked you in fantasy last week. Yeah. Let's put it that way. So you guys are 6-0 right now. Obviously, that's the ideal spot. But give me something. What would you say is something that surprised you about this year and just kind of how the games have went? What's something that maybe you weren't expecting so far?
That's a tough one.
Sorry, put you on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe just kind of the way everything went at Rochester. Obviously, you wanted to win that game, and I'm sure you learned a lot from that. But I mean, was there anything early in the season that just kind of caught you off guard or by surprise in these 6 games?
I mean, I will say I was impressed with. I mean, offensively, I'll start with. I mean, our offensive line. I knew they were going to be good, but the amount of depth we have.
Yeah.
I mean, because we don't just have 5 guys that can step up there and get their blocks. We got 7 or 8 of them. So that really impressed me. We got some guys that definitely had a lot of improvement in the offseason and just showed up this summer and beginning first couple of games just that did really well. And then the receiving core, I mean, just how balanced we are. And again,
outside of last week, but
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
And just we also have depth there, because Ryan Packett, he doesn't get a ton of glory, doesn't really start, but he can fill in for me and Schwartz at any point.
Right.
So that's really good. And then we have Dylan and Larry on the outsides that play defense as well. But then we also have Hugo Lopp and Beckett Klutz that can step in there and do the job just as well. So that just really impresses me how much depth we have.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the wide receiver position, I feel like there's probably 10 or 11 guys that legitimately would start on most CS8 teams. And, like you said, there's only one ball out there. It's hard, but Colton does a great job, obviously, and we're not going to say that he doesn't. But, I mean, there's just a lot of guys who could step in, and like you said, just that's got to be huge for you guys. Yeah. But like you said, you also have to have time to get you guys the ball. And so with that offensive line, it's been kind of just the way that it's kind of been pieced together. How do you see those guys? And I mean, you guys have so many seniors, but how much experience do those guys have with each other, and how much do you think that helps?
I mean, I think it helps a lot, just the communication part. I mean, knowing who to pick up and when, and just kind of be on that same wavelength almost. How they don't really need to talk as much, and then Coach Pruitt does a great job of getting those fundamentals down, so they really don't have to think as much. It's more just second nature.
As we go into week 7 now of your senior year, I mean, hopefully for all intents and purposes, that this is the halfway point. I mean, if we're talking about playing for a state championship, which is obviously the ultimate goal, has that sort of hit you yet? That, I mean, we're halfway done. It could be over halfway done, and I mean, this is the last time you'll wear those the red and white.
It kind of hit me honestly this morning. Because we have our morning lifts at 6:30, and then we were sitting in the cafeteria, and someone mentioned how we only got 3 weeks of regular season left, and I was thinking, we only have 1 guaranteed home game left. And I mean, that's just because being I was a ball boy when I was younger. Luke obviously played, been in Glenwood, been watching football games at that stadium for a long time. So it's just crazy to think that I may only be able to do that one more time. So
yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Comes fast, doesn't it? I mean, like you said, being a ball boy, and I'm sure you remember those days like it was yesterday, and now you're the senior running down that hill.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What as I don't want to dwell on it too much, but I do want to talk about it in terms of, last year and what you had to deal with. How tough was that mentally? Just kind of having to watch and having to be a part of the team that you don't get to contribute physically.
It was really hard. I mean, because I was very optimistic and really wanting to it's like, oh, maybe I can get back week 4 against Rochester. And then it's just like, maybe I can get back the next week, and it just never happened until playoffs. I mean, the Rochester game was really hard for me because I just standing and watching my team play the way they did. I was like, and then just hearing the crowd go as crazy as they were, I was like, man, I really want to be playing right now. Well, I mean, it was really hard, but it was still fun. I still had fun watching my guys play, and so, yeah.
What would you think? I mean, obviously you came out stronger because of it, but I mean, what do you take away from that, just kind of mentally? Do you learn from that in terms of, hey, I dealt with this, I had to get through it, and now I'm a stronger person because of it? Do you feel that way, and what do you kind of think in terms of that?
I mean, it definitely changed my mindset a little bit, practice every day like it's your last, play every game like it's your last, because you never know what's going to happen and when. So, I mean, I'd say that mental aspect of it definitely changed, just playing harder and not taking things for granted.
In terms of that, I mean, we have to touch on what happened with your sister last year and how, I mean, the last home game that she gets and that happens. I mean, did you guys have discussions after that in terms of, like you just said, that mindset?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely tried to talk to her and saying, I mean, hers was a lot worse than mine, but I tried to, talk her through and help a little bit, just hey, I mean, I know it's tough, but you're going to come back stronger. You just got to really focus on the rehab and getting back.
How, I mean, it happens everywhere where people get injured, people get hurt, and, they say, oh, we're out for 2 months, out for whatever. How lonely would you say the rehab process is when you're in it? Because, I mean, you're really just, you're separated from the team, you're just with the trainer most of the time, and, I mean, that's got to be maybe more mentally tough than it is physically.
Yeah, it is. It got pretty lonely sometimes. Just, I mean, because we don't. Coach Hayes' big thing is we don't do our rehab during practice. All the injured guys are always out there. They're dressed like they're gonna practice. But just watching the receivers play and do 7-on-7, do team, and watching them all have fun together. I mean, just staying on the sideline holding the cards, and I was just just really wanted to be out there. But I mean, I still had kind of not fun, but it wasn't too bad with. I mean, John's a pretty fun guy to interact with. So,
what do you think you learned from it? In terms of the game of football and how you see the game differently. Do you think that maybe is something that you took advantage of in terms of being on the sideline with your dad and being on the sideline with the team? Did you learn anything from that as a wide receiver and as a football player?
I mean, not too much, but I mean, I definitely feel like I got more invested in film. I actually because I used to not really watch that much. Kind of just went out and played.
Yeah.
But that year, I definitely got a lot more invested in film and actually learned the whys in our offense and not just memorizing what we're doing. Learned our concepts more, which is kind of crazy since I've been involved in it for so long. But until that point, I didn't really understand why we did stuff, why we ran certain routes, why we blocked certain people. But that junior not playing, me and my dad kind of dissected the offense for me a little more. So that kind of helps me.
And especially for you as, like you said, somebody who grew up in this community, in this program, and in this system where, I mean, I'm sure you and your dad have discussions about football at home and other places where, I mean, I'm sure it's kind of been ingrained in you in terms of, this is why we do this, or this is the plays that, you guys come up with. And that's pretty unique for a football player, obviously, to have your dad as the offensive coordinator. But how do you see that as you grew up, in it?
I mean, I don't really know because it's
second nature.
Yeah, just been never remember a time where we were not talking about football at home. So I mean that just kind of, I mean I don't really know the difference of what it's not like. So
when did you decide to be a a wide receiver, and what was that process like? Because obviously you've probably played with Colton probably your whole life. So I mean, knowing that and knowing how talented you both are, what was that kind of path like for you?
Well, I mean, CCFL I started as a running back. My dad actually told me he thought I had too small of hands to play quarterback, so he started me at running back, and then I think they realized that I wasn't very good at running between the tackles, so then they put me at wide out, and then I think that started around like 6th grade when I started playing receiver, and then that was my best position, so they just left me there.
What do you like about it?
I like running. I mean, I run track too, so that's probably my best attribute is running around. And then running through the open space and just navigating through defenders, probably that just always feels pretty cool. And then seeing the ball come and just tracking that in. And just the moment of like when the ball is coming, like especially like for like touchdown passes, like after you feel it kind of like slows down, like you just have that narrow focus on the ball and like you don't really feel anything else.
You could kind of see that on that first touchdown last week, where it was like it's up in the air for so long, and you're just sitting there like, come on, and then you just catch it. Like that has to be such a cool feeling, and I'm sure it kind of just slows down because I mean there's so many people there watching you, and I mean that's got to just be a really cool moment.
Like sometimes I'll like make a catch and then I'll come off the sideline and people will be like, great catch. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, that's just like a simple catch. I thought it was just like right over the shoulder. Then I'll like look back on film and it'll be like kind of like a difficult catch in some people's eyes. Like that just more is just like that focus, I guess.
At what age did you realize that you started to get faster than everybody else?
Oh, I don't really. I mean, 8th grade was probably when I was like fast, like actually like separated myself. But I also was injured a lot 8th grade track season, so maybe it was freshman year. That might have been where I was like, wow, I can beat everybody in a race.
Yeah. What was it like your sophomore year where you start to get, varsity time and experience success at that level? And, I mean, how exciting was that to know, okay, like, I can compete at this level and I'm going to, do that for the next 3 years?
I mean, yeah, I didn't – my dad was telling me the entire summer. He's like, this spot's not yours. You're going to have to fight for it. Just because you're my son, you're not going to get this spot right away. So then that made me really work hard for what I got. I mean, it wasn't like given to me, so that made me feel really good when I was, because I started off the season not really that involved. Like I was only in a few formations, and then especially in the playoffs, I was in almost all of them. So I mean, just being able to like work for it and not just be given it, that felt really good.
For you guys to have the success that you did, kind of early on in terms of playing so many sophomores and getting to the quarterfinals, what do you think that did for kind of just your guys' maturity level? Because, I mean, not only do you get to play in playoff atmospheres, which those games are obviously bigger and more important, but, I mean, you get the extra practice time. You get the time with the team. I mean, how much do you think that has really helped you guys become the team that you are now? I mean, looking back 2 years later.
I think it's helped a lot. I mean, you've seen, like, the Rochester game we had this year. Went to overtime really close. They got those new lights, and they were flashing them, playing loud music. Their crowd was going crazy. I mean, just being in because we had that Richards game too, where it was overtime and high, like very intense, high pressure. So like just being that Rochester game not being the first time we'd done it, and that just like we weren't freaking out. Like we knew what was happening. We were calm under that pressure, and if that was our first time experiencing that, I don't think we would have won that game. But just that seniority and having 2 years of games like that under our belt, just I think prepared us a lot.
Was there ever a doubt in your mind when you're down 2 touchdowns and they have the ball in the fourth quarter?
I will admit I had a little doubt until Dylan got his pick.
Yeah.
Because like when they were like marching down the field, I was like, it's like no way. I was just like upset, and then I saw Dylan go get that one. I was like, okay, now we got this, and I just knew we were gonna go score, and it was gonna be a game, and we were gonna lose it after we scored.
Let's take a sidebar real quick. In terms of Dylan, since you said his name, as a wide receiver, what is it about him that makes him so special at the DB and at the safety level where, I mean, he just has an eye for the ball, it seems like, that a lot of people don't have.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, in his interview, Rochester game, I think he even said, yeah, that wasn't even my guy, but I just kind of went over to the ball. So we kind of make jokes sometimes that he's just always in the right spot. 'Cause, I mean, he gets so many picks, but I mean, he flies around, and he just, like you said, has an eye for the ball, and I think being a receiver helps him with that, just being able to, like, that trajectory and, like, just knowing where that ball is going to be.
Yeah. Let's talk about you and Colt and that relationship. What is that chemistry like in terms of the friendship, the teammates? I mean, for you guys to have the success that you've had, I mean, it's obviously special this year, and we see that, but I mean, that doesn't just happen. It's something that you have to work for.
Yeah, I mean, we've been friends for a very long time. I mean, dated back to second grade, we were the same team. We were the same basketball team. We played on the same baseball team. So, I mean, we just have always been teammates and always been connected, and we've always been good friends. And also, like, in the summers where we go out to the field and run extra routes and play catch and, like, just do a bunch of 7-on-7s, and that just really makes a good connection.
Is there anything that can replace kind of those reps in terms of putting in that extra time? Because, I mean, I feel like if it was that easy, everybody would do it. But, I mean, you guys really have to put in that work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything really can replace it. I think you got to do it if you want to be truly successful. I don't think you can just not do anything in the summer and just show up in the regular season and just be like, okay, we're going to see how this goes.
What's been the kind of expectation and pressure like for you guys this year, knowing, everybody talks, oh, they got 38 seniors, they should win all these games. Like, everybody expects it out here at this point, and especially this year. I mean, what's been that pressure like for you guys, do you think?
I feel like it hasn't really gotten to us that much. I mean, we know the expectations are out there, but we're focused on week by week. We're not gonna focus on playoffs now. We're gonna win the game ahead of us and then get the next one. We're not gonna let I'm not speaking for everybody here, but for me, I try not to let the pressure get to me, and just focus on the now and not worry about those expectations.
What is it like for you as being, you kind of talked about it with your dad. How would you describe kind of the relationship of father-son and then coach and player?
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little messy between us because, I mean, I sometimes will see him as my dad, not my coach, and sometimes when he pulls me aside, he's like, I'm your coach right now, not your dad.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to talk to you as a coach, and, like, because he's my dad, I'll try to argue with him a little bit, like, get him to see my side, but sometimes he's just not wanting to hear it. So, I mean, it's been a work in progress. It always has been, and just really just trying to listen to him, and which I do listen to him, and he knows what he's talking about, but just sometimes it's a little harder because he's my dad and I see him that way. But I mean, our relationship's pretty good though. I mean, we'll have our rough patches. We'll argue about why I did something, but we typically figure it out.
I'm sure you want him to call your number every time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's important, but. Yeah, I feel like, I'm sure he would say this, but I mean, just having the chance to have this opportunity. I mean, for you guys to spend the extra time together, to be, one of the best teams in the state and have that opportunity to experience that together. I mean, it's something that you'll look back on and is going to be special. Do you kind of get a chance to think about it that way a little bit?
I mean, yeah, I think about it a little bit. I mean, it just is pretty crazy. I mean, a lot of kids get to have their dad as their offense coordinator or receiver or their position coach or coach at all. So, I mean, it's just pretty cool. And also having Luke out there, like just us three, it's pretty cool to just be able to like talk to them and have fun with them throughout practices and games.
Obviously, when you talk about recruiting in high school football, a lot hinges on your junior year. So, I mean, how tough was that for you, and what have you kind of done now in terms of, because I'm sure, I guess I should ask the question first, do you want to play at the next level? I'm sure you do.
I do.
Okay. So what's been that process like for you as you kind of had to, take a detour in terms of recruiting?
Yeah, it's been pretty tough because, I mean, like you said, junior year is very big for recruiting, and not playing most of my junior year kind of set me back. But, I mean, I worked with Brad Kais, one of our assistant principals, and he helped me get my film out and sent some emails. I got a little bit of feedback, not too much, but I mean, it's definitely tough not playing my senior year, but I'm trying. I've got some. I'm talking to a couple schools, but not too many.
What opportunity are you looking for in terms of that? Because I mean, like you said, you run track, you play football, but what do you see? What would you see as kind of a perfect fit for you, and what do you like want at that next level?
I mean, I want a team that can compete, but because I know I'm not gonna go NFL. Like, I'm not that kind of talent, so I'm really trying to find a school that will truly set me up for life after football. Because football's not forever, playing wise. So I'm just looking for a school with good academic program, and then they have a football team that I think I can go perform at.
Do you have a lean on what you want to kind of pursue in terms of academics?
I've looked at the pre-med route and like physical therapy and stuff like that. That's probably my number one.
A lot of people wouldn't be able to answer this question at 18, but do you see, yourself as a coach at some point, or staying in football after football?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would be like a full-time like high school coach like my dad is, but like when I hopefully have a kid someday, like maybe coaching like his little league team or something like that, I could see myself doing, because like during our summer camps where us players get to be coaches for like the flag football teams. Yeah. I've always had a lot of fun coaching those kids and coming up with plays and like winning those games with them, so it's pretty fun.
So maybe there's a little bit in there. I can see that. Yeah. Just real quick on that too. I mean, for you guys in this program and this community to kind of give back, but I think that people will see it as, oh, you're spending time with the kids, but I'm sure Coach A would say, it's literally kind of building the culture around Glenwood football and how you guys continue to build and move it forward. Do you see it that way in terms of, like you said, you started playing when you were in second grade or whatever, and I'm sure you looked up to the guys who were playing. So, I mean, it just can kind of continue to build in terms of the culture and the one way you guys do things. And I feel like, do you guys see how that's important?
I mean, yeah, Coach A makes that. He talks to us a lot about that. Tells us we can't be messing around. We gotta, because I mean, like you said, when I was little, I looked up to those high school players like they were giants. Like they were like wow, these guys are insane. And he says, I'm sure that's how a lot of the little kids look up to us now. So we really just gotta make sure we're that like standard, and we show them that example of what it's supposed to be like, and make sure that when they get to this level that they can keep carrying out that one way.
For you guys, I mean, it's a pretty unique and special kind of entrance. What is it like as you kind of come up that hill and see the crowd when you guys walk up there, and what is that feeling like as you wait to run down the hill? And I mean, because I feel like that's a pretty unique and special thing that not a lot of kids get to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy because when you start walking on the back of the hill and you don't really see anything, like you'll see some little kids lining the top of the hill, but then right when you get to that top, you just get a look out, you see the whole band and all of the cheerleaders, the dance team. You have the people in the stands all on their feet cheering, and then you have your whole you got all the little kids will be on the sides. They'll be like calling your number, like give me a high five, give me a high five. Like you'll hear that, and then I mean, and you just look down, you see all your brothers on the team just getting ready for the game, and just when you get to run down that hill, it's an unreal feeling. It's just crazy the amount of support that you have around you and up in the stands. So it's just crazy.
And we'll kind of wrap it up and bring it full circle with the conversation you had at the start of this interview, where you said you kind of realized, hey, only one regular season game left, mm-hmm. one more chance to do that in the regular season, and then obviously you hope to have a couple more in the playoffs. But like you said, nothing's guaranteed. You never know what's going to happen. As we look at it now, what would you say would be a successful season for you guys to end on? I mean, everybody will say state championship, but the experiences that you've had, the time that you've had with this team, and how special you guys have been, what are you looking forward to the next, hopefully 7 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, state championship, obviously. I really want to look for that. And then just, even if we do lose, I don't want to go out with a blowout. I want a tough game. I want to go out fighting with, the family that we've really created here, and played with those guys for so long, and it's just, I mean, I don't really want it to go, but
yeah, no, we don't need to put that out there. I'm just saying
Yeah.
in terms of just how special this year has been. I mean, and will be no matter what you guys do. I mean, you guys are a special team that I think Chatham will remember for a long time.
Yeah.
And so, what is it like to kind of be a part of that for you?
I mean, it's crazy. And it just, the connection we all have is, I mean, it just feels, like it doesn't feel, we just feel so connected, I mean, just, yeah, I don't really know.
No, that's a good
I don't
answer.
really know what to say.
That's all you need. Best of luck the rest of the way. Really looking forward to seeing you guys and what you do. And like I said, hope to be covering you for another 7 weeks.
No, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yep.